In 1922, Cascade Elementary opened to serve the children of Chehalis. Now, almost 90 years later, we have the opportunity to build a new school with the help of state matching funds, low bond interest rates, and competitive low construction costs.
My window's open right now in my room because it's 78 in my classroom. We don't have individual control over the heat. The kids complain to me when it's too hot, too cold, and I really can't do anything about it.
Dad likes to laugh at the fact that when he was teaching there back then in the 70s, he said he recalled thinking, I sure hope my grandchildren don't end up going through this school as well.
It's like a lot of other campuses that are older in the state. It seems like school buses and traffic flow was a second thought in the initial process. Now it's caught up to us. These narrow streets, these dangerous alleyways, these little children running left and right, parents desperately looking for them, teachers. It can be a real challenge, so there is a big need, safety-wise alone, to take care of that issue.
The students at R.E. Bennett currently walk 2 city blocks to the playground at Cascade, and we do staff the sidewalk between the 2 schools with patrol people so that we know that kids are being observed walking from one building to the next.
The heating systems in Cascade and Bennett are our only remaining steam boiler heating systems. Ultra high maintenance. Some of the equipment is original to the building, actually. One of my biggest worries is one of these 2 buildings, Cascade and Bennett, have one fan that moves all the air, 1 fan per building. That would be just impossible to replace. I don't even know what you'd do about it.
Yeah, some of these old buildings were built back in the 1920s, and education has changed by leaps and bounds. And these buildings, being designed back then, were not set up to accommodate the types of learning capabilities that are available today.
In addition to Cascade, other needs for capital improvements in the district remain crucial.
The current parking situation at Olympic is such. They drop off right in front of Olympic. The problem is at elementary level you've got a lot of parents that are trying to drop their kids off as well. It's just a lot of bodies, a lot of buses, a lot of cars.
So if they could create a similar parking arrangement either in the back of Olympic or in the front, so the parents could have one side and the bus traffic could have the other, that'd be perfect.
Olympic Elementary has a great field out back. It's a nice field in July, August, and sometimes a couple months out of the fall. The problem is it's fairly concaved, and the drainage is horrible there. So it would be nice to have some drainage put in where we could have a viable field for not only the kids, the 400 kids at Olympic, but it could also be used for the community.
At the high school stadium, the bond would fund improvements such as a synthetic playing field, new lighting, a new crow's nest, new seating, new and expanded men's room, enclosed storage for athletic and maintenance equipment.
We were fortunate enough to get a donation from TransAlta in the amount of $300,000 to replace our track.
WF West badly needs to be re-roofed.
I mean, there was everybody from, business leaders to school teachers to, preachers and PTA presidents, and it was a nice diverse group of people.
I think everybody was of the same opinion that it was time to do something, and everyone was eager to explore that possibility.
Construction costs right now are lower than they've been in a number of years. Interest rates are also low. Right now we have a real opportunity to exercise a state match of $17 million to help us with the needs that we have for our buildings. And from a business perspective, it just seems like an opportunity that we want to get out there for our school.
Over the last 20 years, taxpayers have paid an average of $1.31 per $1,000 of assessed value. The proposed rate for this bond is $1.13 per $1,000. The range will be approximately $14 to $28 per month.
I'm really excited about the opportunity for another school here. I think it's long overdue, and I think that our students deserve it.
Replacing a school is somewhat like when your car is old and inefficient and nickeling and diming you to death, and you have to come to that point where you make a decision. Do I buy a new car or do I keep pouring money down that rat hole?
When people think about the extra cost at this time, I'd ask them to sit back and think about what the cost will be if we don't do this now.
This community is very supportive of their schools. They've shown that over the past many years for the other bonds that were passed and the M&O levies that were passed, because that tradition of academic excellence is very important to this community.